Me and Drizzy back to back, it's getting scary. If you fucking with my eyes, just don't come near me. Put some bins all on your head like Justin Terry.
Yes, sir. Let's get it. The Faison View podcast, man. Episode 287, man. The Young Money era, man. Make sure you please like, share, subscribe at the Faison View podcast and also at We Are Game Shift, man. Make sure you show love and support continuously, man. Thank you guys for your love, man.
And be safe, be dangerous.
Hey, BSBD.
I think these shirts are still in stock. Big DMX on the tee.
Absolutely,
I think
man.
you still got some of these.
And he got the shorts on. You can't see that, but make sure you go shop BSBD, man. Be safe, be dangerous, man. Support your brothers, support your people, all right? So the agenda that we have today, man, breaking news. Russian court sentenced Brittney Griner to 9 years in prison on drug charges, man. Our thoughts on that, we'll tell you that. Young Money reunion in Toronto, man. Greatness of their legacy is unmatched. Do we need a Young Money tour? Of course we do, of course. All right, 21 speaks out on gun violence in Atlanta. Folks call him a hypocrite because of the music he makes. So we're going to give our views on that as well. And also Gucci Mane came out with a song in regards to that as well, talking about dissing the dead and things of that nature, all right? And also subscribers Q&A. Continue to drop those questions. What is the go-to meal when it's rent week or when it's time for you to pay bills? What is that go-to meal that you go to, all right? Save some money. And lastly, would you rather have 100 siblings or 100 pets?
Oh, this is an easy one for me.
So we're going to see, all right? So, man, let's get right into the agenda, man. Russian court sentenced Brittney Griner to 9 years in prison on drug charges. And also, you know, we know what that consists of. It was about her having a vape pen in her custody while, you know, going through the Russian airports and going through those things. She's been locked up there for, I would say, roughly almost, it seems about roughly almost 6 months at this point, man.
Like
it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking because I also, in this situation, bro, I see both sides. I see where she needs to take accountability in regards to, like, you know where we're at, when you know this jurisdiction, you know how Russia is, you know how
what's going on
currently, you know how strict these places are, but also it's disheartening. 9 years for things of that nature. Nobody has come to her aid. You know, it's been talks, it's been certain things of that nature. But like we said, and not trying to put it in that elk, but if it was somebody of a higher importance to the U.S., she would have been back. A deal would have been negotiated. You know, and it's messed up that, you know, they're making an example out of her. And they're trying to, you know, trade different people, but they're making an example out of her over something so small over here. But also, I remember somebody pointing out over here that the rules just changed over here too as well. Yeah. You know, we have people that's still currently locked up over $5 or 5 grams of marijuana. And knowing the space that we're in and the movement we have as a country now, and in that type of space, in the cannabis space, it's totally different. Yeah. So if she was to come back here, I think the serve sentence would be very minor. But it just
depending on where she's at.
Yeah, and depending on where she is. But it's messed up, man, because, you know, she's really been riding over there, and it's a tough situation. But I feel like a lot of people more should be coming to her aid in this situation, man. It's disheartening. You know, she's a woman going through all these certain type of things, especially in a whole different jurisdiction, and somebody who we are really not allies with. So it makes it tough, man. So what was your thoughts on this? The court sentence to her to 9 years.
Well, this sucks. Obviously, it sucks. Like 9 years is in a foreign country in prison is very scary. I don't even want to pretend like I know what she's going through. That's got to be extremely scary. At the same time, it's like you say, you know, you got to take some accountability, and also it's like I understand that, you know, we want to gripe and moan and say it was somebody else, you know, why is no one helping her? And I could be wrong. I feel like we are doing what we could do. Maybe we could do more, but at the same time, she's at the mercy of Russia's, you know, of their country. Like she broke a law in their country. She's in their jail. It ain't over here. It's their laws. Right. They can do what they want. Unfortunately, there's only but so much the U.S. can do. True. Like she's under their the mercy of their court. Mm-hmm. So it's like when you have that going on, it's like there's not much that can be done. And so hopefully the trade does happen. And for all I know, maybe there could be more that could be done. But at the same time, it's also like like I said, like you broke a law in Russia. This isn't the U.S. You know, you got to do things their way. Like, oh, it's we. Like, I get that, but like what they got going on over there and what we got going on over here, their rules is different. Like, and that's where it sucks, because it's like, you know, you got to abide by their rules, and their rules ain't like our rules. Everyone wants to talk about and complain about how America's this and America's that. I want to leave here. It's like, all right, like, listen, America ain't perfect soil, but there's some things you deal with over here that you don't have to deal with over there.
Correct.
And, you know, like, in Russia is a prime example. Like, there's some things you get away with over here that you just cannot get away with over there. There are people having church underground in certain countries right now because they will be killed if they're not worshiping the right religion. There are people who can't even have a certain amount of kids in certain countries.
That's
so it's like, you don't have to deal with any of that over here. So, you know, I pray for her, and I want it to work out. I want her to come home, and it just sucks. And but it's like, you know, you kind of feel helpless because it's like it's a whole different country, and you have to deal with what they want to do and how they want to do it. If they want to give her 9 years, then that's just what it is. We got to fight the best way we can. But at the end of the day, it's still on them. It's still their country. It ain't, you know, it's not our country.
Correct.
And no one's going to go to war. You know, I'm not making light of who she is, but no one's going to go to like war for not even an NBA basketball star.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, unless she was like maybe a political figure like the president, then of course they'd send the Unabomber or whoever over there.
Correct.
For whoever, for
like
whatever. But she's, you know,
like
unfortunately,
you said, they are at her mercy. I mean,
she's at their mercy.
She's at their mercy, unfortunately. Man, like we said, I think you put it best. We're just going to continue to stay prayed up and just understand that, honestly, we don't really have control in this regard.
It just sucks. Like,
you know,
that you don't have any real control.
Yep.
You can only do but so much. And it's like, everyone wants where's the president? Where's the vice president? It's like, I don't know everything, but it's like, what do you want them to do?
True.
It's like, there's a war. She's in their country. She broke a law in their country. It's like, what can we do?
Negotiations is not that probably easy.
And there have been negotiations. So it's like, there are negotiations. Yeah. And Sweden is not Russia. Like, we don't want to talk about the ASAP Rocky thing. Listen, Sweden is not Russia. Sweden is one of those countries. They're like a neutral party country.
Correct.
You know, that was just a petty thing, and you know, it
makes
worked out.
Totally different because Sweden these are not our allies.
Sweden is not Russia. Right. Like, the U.S. and Russia are legitimately beefing. She did it at the worst possible time. So Russia has a real reason to be petty. Sweden didn't really have a reason to be petty. They were petty enough in keeping them, and it worked out. This is a whole different ball game. So it's like, that's why I hate the comparison thing. Because it's like, it's just not the same.
It ain't.
And it's just like, Russia's not even a place I want to visit, and I definitely don't want to go now.
Correct.
You know, so I don't even want to mess with that. So it's just really a different situation, and it just sucks. Like, that's all I keep playing in my mind when I think about, like, man, this really just has to suck.
So, man, prayers to Brittney Griner, man. We just hope that situation really resolves itself, to be honest. Nothing really we can do. Well, moving forward to a lighter note, man, the big three, three of my favorite artists and rappers. All right, Young Money reunion tour Young Money reunion in Toronto, man. Greatness of their legacy is unmatched, man. They need a tour, man. This big three is something like we never seen. Of course, others here contributed to the Young Money franchise, but we never seen anything in this regards in this type of space. Big artists such as Wayne, such as Drake, and such as a Nicki. You know, I feel like, man, and I always talk about this since Versus started. If they were to go up against any label, I don't know who's going to give them a really fit. Of course, it's people that give them a fit, but these are the three biggest artists of their generations. You know, you have Wayne in the 2000s generation. Then the 2010s was solely ran by Drake and Nicki Minaj. You know what I'm saying? So, and also I just love the fact that Drake and Nicki always give Wayne his flowers, because even though that they were talented in regards, but you know, before him when he sought them out, but it's like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, he really sacrificed his prime, you know, in that 08, 09, sacrificed his prime to ensure and make sure that the Cash Money and Young Money label was put on top and was put first. And, you know, that's why I really always respect about Cash Money, Young Money. Everybody can sit here and talk about the speculation behind Birdman, all this other stuff. They put a lot of their people on, for real, because honestly, that's what it is. It's just putting your brothers on, and also they talented. That all these people talented. Who can really say in hindsight a rapper from Toronto was going to be one of the biggest artists ever? Yeah. You know, and it's hard to say that. And coming from where he came from, Degrassi, and coming from all these different type of upbringings. Nicki Minaj being if not, I'll say the biggest female rap artist ever. You know, yes, we have amazing rap artists, but what she's done in this span of time is crazy. So I would love to see a Young Money tour, bro. I would love to see that.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool. I'm not. I don't know. I guess my Young Money hype days are over with. Like I love them individually, but I guess like had this been while I was in high school and they were doing all this, I would be so like excited. Like I want to see all the like I'm fans of all three of them individually, and I would love to see all three of them individually together. Mm-hmm. Like whether it be a tour individually, and I definitely would still be down to see them together. I guess I'm just not like I'm not super pressed to see it. But this was dope. Like I definitely talked about it and posted about it. It's just cool to see. Thank God for Drake and Nicki, because the rest of that Young Money cast was like, sheesh, like this was terrible. Besides Tiger was dope. Tiger was dope.
Honestly, in that
but
period
the rest
of
I
time,
was like, sheesh.
To be honest with you, that's fair enough. In that period of time,
but them other two was so amazing. It didn't even matter. Like who cares? These two are great.
Rocking though, because you gotta go back to Mac Main, Jay Mills, Gutter. You know, even though, you know, what's it called, a little twist back in those times. Like they had the team, bro. They really had the team. They had a little good 2-3 year run. But like you said, Drake and Nicki, like they were just overmatched.
If it weren't for Drake and Nicki, it would be like
right.
But them two, they were just so phenomenal. It didn't make any sense. Like even today, like they're phenomenal. You got to give every one of them their flowers. Like you got to give Wayne his flowers. Like if you're a millennial, he's probably in your top 5 favorites, if not your favorite rapper, for sure. You know, Drake is Drake. You know, we've been fans of Drake for a very long time. Mm-hmm. He's just so versatile as a rapper, as an MC, and as an artist, and you know, and the different spaces he takes over. And as you can see, he knows how to put a well put together show together. Mm-hmm. You know, he cares about where he comes from. I mean, this whole weekend was incredible. Well, this was supposed to be a part of the weekend, but he had COVID. But you know, he had the Toronto legends, and then you know he had Chris Brown, Lil Baby come through, and then this. So he definitely knows how to put a show together. Sure. I can't wait to see him on tour. And then you got Nicki. I mean, Nicki, she ushered in this whole female era of MC. Like today, there's probably more female MCs than there's ever been. Probably
ever been.
Like, but she ushered that in. You know, for 10 years. You know, and you could say, oh, she ran on the pose for 10 years. And that might have been the case, but she still held it down with the big boys.
For sure.
She still, you know, either outsold or sold as high as those guys did, and you know, was just as impactful as the Kendricks and the Drakes and all the guys in her class.
Her fan base.
Yeah, she still showed up, and you know that had to be hard. The only female rapper amongst all these male MCs in a male dominated thing, and you know, and she was just as dominant, if not dominant. Like I think the fourth person on that Mount Rushmore for 2010 is either her or Future,
right? Or Wale.
Or Wale. You could throw Big Sean, but I think if you're talking about like just the facts,
I would say
it would have to be Nicki, just off sales, impact, you know, bars, just all the tangibles and intangibles. Like what didn't she do? You have to throw her on the. You know, so you still have to give her credit, even if she did round the pose as the female MC. She still did her thing with the big boys. She's been on songs with rap titans and not been out rap. Like
absolutely.
So it's like, you know, you gotta give her credit. You gotta give her flowers. You know, and I don't agree with everything she does, but she is who she is. You know, I think we're in a space today where there's a lot of legends today. People like to change history on, like on the internet today. Like Jay's one of them, M's another one, Nicki's another one. Like you go on the internet today and people have all these different like, wait, what? Like when was this ever the case? Like when did y'all come up with this? Like it's cool. Era. It's cool to hate on J. Cole on the internet, but like people like J. Cole and we're like, why y'all doing? Like it's like those 4 artists get the most hate out of nowhere on the internet. I don't get it, but like
you know, we in this YB.
Yeah, but you know, shout out to Young Money, man. That was dope.
Absolutely.
You know, to see them perform those songs and see them on stage together. Yeah, that had to be. I like the intro. It was like Lil Wayne has some trouble at the border, but thankfully Drake runs the border.
Absolutely,
so that was dope. But yeah, man, I would if they came through DC, I mean, because I heard these Toronto tickets were out ridiculous.
Yeah, ridiculous.
So pending how much these things cost, I'd be in attendance.
But that's an experience for sure, man.
Yeah.
And Carter 6 on the way. You already know, man. So, man, we're moving forward on to more rap, man. 21.
This was hilarious. I can't wait to talk
21. This is a good topic, man. Good topic. Speaks out on gun violence in Atlanta. Folks call him a hypocrite because of the music he makes. But one thing I found key that 21 said, and people don't understand, I'm on 21's side. I see both sides, though. But I'm on 21's side right here because he's very intelligent. This is something that goes over a lot of people's heads. And also what he said, a song and music is for entertainment, not an instructional manual to live life. And I think that's very, very key in what we're talking about. And also, I know it's drill rap now. I know it's different type of elements in rap that's promoting certain things. But, bro, in hip-hop and rap, for the longest time, it hasn't been a lot of positive in it. Even when you have the dope lyricism, they're still talking about their past. They're still talking about the things that they go through. They're still talking about the trials and tribulations of the hood, trials and tribulations of their upbringing, trials and tribulations of their experiences. So what makes it different that he wants to speak out on certain gun violence, even though that, yes, I can understand how you're still promoting it. It can still be okay, well, you're being hypocritical. But also at the end of the day, what they're putting out in entertainment, you have a choice to replicate it or not. You have a choice. Everybody has a choice. You know, like me and you, for example, we listen to that type of music. That doesn't mean we're into those type of things. Sure, I love these different type of music. We listen to all different type of music.
I'm a gangster rap fan.
And guess what? We come from the days that we were listening to Benny Single, that we listened to DMX, that you would listen to Ice Cube and gangster rap. So what makes it different now?
Rap.
You know what I'm saying?
I think, so because I see that side, yes. And there's entertainment. And
Correct.
That's how I see it. And it's not a structured manual to live life.
And
I just don't think he was the person to speak on this because his entire musical identity is about shooting guys. But that's my only issue. Yeah, that's why I think because it's like because you think about guys like Jay or even Cole. Okay, like there was some gangster stuff in their stuff, but there were some other things that you could point to. With 21, his entire musical identity is about airing guys out. So I understand that.
I understand that right too. I understand.
Like you're right, 21. We should put the music down.
Correct. You
just said I don't think you're the person.
Wrong message.
Yeah, I don't think you're the messenger for this because it's like you have like even when Drake makes songs with him, all the songs be about that type. And Drake don't even live that type of stuff. But he only makes that music because you're on the record with him. So that's my thing. I was like, I just don't think you should have been the messenger.
I feel it too. I understand. That's why I said
same with Gucci Mane's like, listen, Gucci, if you change your stance, I get it.
Right.
But a couple months ago,
exactly,
you were just rapping about this in front of the guy who you were like, so I just think that you just not the like even with Boozy, when Boozy has this whole thing with the LGBTQ or whatever, right? And it's like, but every time he's asked about certain things about like, but you had your son do this and you're okay with that, he glosses over that. And my thing is like, listen, if you're not willing to address everybody, including yourself, and hold everyone accountable, then you cannot be the messenger for this.
But 21, but that's what I'm saying. 21 is holding himself accountable. But that's why I say I agree with both sides. It could be like you said, the wrong right message, wrong messenger. But also in the same regard too, it could be the right messenger because he is that person putting that information out there. But he also is telling you that you do have a choice. This is entertainment. Yeah. I'm doing this for entertainment. And one thing that I found that was pinpoint that was very pivotal in 21 Savage's point. What would y'all be saying and how would y'all be reacting if these rappers, these so-called rappers were broke and couldn't provide for their families? Because guess what they're doing? They're providing for their families. But as soon as that you see them money chasing, money grabbing, or doing something else, first is deemed as different. We don't like that music from you. We like the original music that you were dropping. Yeah. If you start making different type of music. And also with 21 as well too, when you look at the albums and look at the message too, a lot featuring J. Cole, that's not strictly about shooting. He has a lot of content within his music too that has been different. He's one of those artists. I feel like he's a good person to be a spokesman for this because he's one of those artists has elevated since we've seen him. Since Red Ops 21, he has elevated. And also what we don't see from him. And he doesn't really look
charity
for
work.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't look for gratification. He's not doing what everybody's doing. Okay, well I'm gonna go on social media. This is a person that's actually about what he says. So I can understand how people can say like yourself and other people too, but also in the same regard, it could be a positive thing that he is the messenger in this regard.
Yeah.
So I
get both sides.
Right, I get both sides.
Yeah, it's not. Listen, music is not an instruction manual on how to live your life. This is my life and my experiences, and a lot of this is just entertainment. But at the same time, I can see it. It's
and like to your point, and like to your point,
I don't know if you
the entertainment can be a negative reflection upon people.
Yeah.
But also, people got to stop being so impressionable. Mm-hmm. That it goes hand in hand.
Like if T.I. had said it, I'd have been like, all right.
Right, I see.
T.I. was a gangster, but T.I. doesn't even rap about stuff like that no more. He's changed his life. I get it. I listen to T.I. If I'm from Atlanta.
Correct.
If an Atlanta person said, like, all right, cool. So I do feel like right message, probably not the best messenger.
I can understand.
Yeah, I see both sides.
I do. So we're moving forward.
That was
man.
funny though when they was tweeting lyrics. I was like,
yeah,
I just knew that was coming.
Right,
I
knew that was coming. Too.
I was like 21.
Right, man.
I don't think you should have been. I don't think you should have been the one. Because here comes the fun. Just lyrics
with 21. He's
all the lyrics.
He's an intelligent, brilliant dude, man. I respect him though. Subscribers Q&A, man. Continue to drop those questions, man. What is the go-to meal when it's rent week or it's time for you to pay bills? Mine is grilled cheese, apple slices, and probably some ramen noodles. Those my 3 things, especially if it's bills, man. Look here.
I'm a PB&J guy.
Oh, okay. I'm
a PB&J guy. PB&J gets it done, to be honest. Breakfast and dinner, like especially if you just because peanut butter has a lot of protein in it, so it'll fill you up a lot longer than you probably think it would because it's a sandwich. But I will admit, when I was in college, and I lived in Bancroft. Bancroft was like an apartment style dorm, separate from the campus. Like I had to pay no rent or like that. But on the nights where I was didn't have a lot to eat, and my check hadn't come in or whatever because I wasn't working that year, so it was tough. There was the 7-Eleven down the street, and you can get like a large pizza for $7. And it wasn't bad pizza.
Right.
It wasn't bad pizza. It was like big 8 slices for $7. Yep. It was not bad pizza at all. I got like a Slurpee. It did the job.
I respect you. Gotta do what you gotta do. Listen, man.
There's a lot of nights in college, but I just had to go to the sink, drink a bunch of water, and go to sleep.
Nah, facts. It's been. I honestly like my go to when he's especially talking about college and that type of regards too. Back then was my 4 for $4. That Wendy's 4 for $4 that hold me up.
So you had transportation.
Or I was literally just like he just said, strictly thugging it out with the PB&J, man. Hey, you can never go wrong with the PB&J water, man. For real. That
you had like a giant bag of chips and drink some water. Sometimes you just had to put something in your stomach and then go to sleep. Like,
shoot, ain't nothing wrong with that.
The longer you awake, then the more your stomach hurts. I just got to put something in this and then go to sleep. And then I won't be hungry. Then I can go to the caf when it gets up in the morning.
Get up in the morning. Yeah. You ain't lying. Fill up.
But I'm a PB&J guy.
I would say for me, grilled cheese, ramen noodles, or the apple slices.
I want to try one of these days. One of these days, I'm gonna make it.
Absolutely. So y'all answer that question. Subscribers Q&A. What is the go-to meal when it's rent week or time?
It's
for
probably
you to
noodles
pay
for a lot of people.
Bills, man. I love that ramen noodles is definitely probably
noodles for a lot
of people. Ramen noodles
or hot dogs.
Yeah,
not to be vicious, but
I mean, now that's a, I ain't not saying it's a struggle meal, but yeah, it can become a struggle.
Hot dogs have held people down for a lot.
You ain't lying, God boy. Hey, look here, do what you gotta do. All right, with the last question, you already know. Would you rather, the infamous would you rather? All right, this is an interesting would you rather. Would you rather have 100 siblings or 100 pets?
100 siblings.
I ain't gonna lie. I thought you was gonna say 100 pets. For real. I'm gonna say 100 siblings, 100 pets.
That's a lot of mouths to feed.
It's a lot of mouths to feed, and you can fend for them. You have to fend for them. Yeah. For my siblings, I don't have to fend for them in all type of aspects. You know what I'm saying?
There's 99 others. Like, go bother him.
Right, exactly. I don't
go
have
bother
to
your
fend for them
85th brother.
In all aspects, bro. And also with 100 siblings, man. Like, honestly, what I see with that is a bunch of connections, a bunch of things that you can do with your family, a bunch of fun time, a bunch of business that can happen. I just see a lot of good opportunities to come out of memories. Siblings. Like siblings is different. It's so cherishable, and honestly, it's timeless.
As someone who only has one sister, I always wanted like my parents. They had a lot of brothers and a lot of sisters. And so for me, I always thought, because I had more than one aunt, I had more than one uncle. I was like, damn, my kid's gonna have one aunt.
Right.
It's like, damn. I was like, yo, I have to have. It's like the most I want is 4 kids.
Yeah.
I can't have. I don't want no more than 4 kids, but I have to have at least 3.
Yeah.
I need at least 3. I want my kids to have like somebody.
I think that too. Yeah, I think that too. That's very important. With having siblings for your children. So especially when you're coming from a big family, like I have the same thing. I come from a big family. You see all these aunts and uncles and things of that nature. You like, all right, hold up. You know what I'm saying? Because I wanted more siblings myself, and I also wanted a sister as well. I'm one of 2 brothers as well. But yeah, I would say 100 siblings over 100 pets. Right? You never met my oldest brother. But yeah, I would say 100 siblings, man.
Yeah, 100 pets. That's a lot of hair.
That's a lot of too much in there. Right? I don't know how many pets.
You gotta buy all this food.
Depending on what pet you want.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Depending on what you get, they might eat each other. You don't know what. That's
like, facts. You never know.
You don't know what. You don't know what. I couldn't do as much as I love dogs. 100 dogs is a lot. It's too much hair.
It's too much.
Too much bathroom. Too much food. Too many egos. Like, even if you mix it up, it's just a lot.
It's just a lot to
your apartment or whatever you're gonna live in. It's going to smell terrible. Like, shout out to the real Tarzan dude, because he definitely has over 100 pets. But he got like outside cages and stuff like that. Shout out to farmers.
Shout out to all the people that love pets.
Shout out to those guys. Like, and I love pets. I definitely want, at least two or three dogs. But
not 100 though.
Yeah, I can't do 100. I'll take 100 siblings.
So y'all let us know.
I'll do my best to get to know each and every one of them. But
for real. Y'all let us know, man. Would you rather have 100 siblings or 100 pet? Another amazing episode at the Faison View podcast. Man, before you go, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe, man. You already know. And sometimes, guys, it will be dropping on Wednesday or Thursday. I will be giving you guys updates on when the drop will be. Sometimes I've dropped on Wednesday and Thursday. We're trying to really just change the drop a little bit. Surprise you guys, all right? And that's going well as well. So, we are Game Shift at the Faison View podcast, man. Much love. One.
Peace.